game. They like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream. Now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star. Always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar. Try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son. He won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes. All I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet. I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks. Working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my. We ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die. Never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side. Yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use it, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Here's Carr to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
What now? What, Eddie? We ain't giving him nothing to show him to do it.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Carr under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Got a man over the middle, it's Williams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
First down, Raiders.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. From midfield, here's Carr. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The other teams take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Watch out.
Receiver.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Watch the slant. Hey, alert 3. Take 4. White. Hey, let's calm down.
On second down, Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Down. Blue 80.
Carr gonna throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And 10 at the 5-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Nevin Lawson there on the tackle. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Shotgun now for Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Let's go, team. Drill. Stop it.
he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. Remember, he was drafted and released by the Vikings. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, pretty good success story.
At their own 25-yard line.
A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams. An 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins being chased out left. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Vincent Mayoa. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. He will find the rookie from Oregon, Dylan Mitchell. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. How about them biting off 15 yards? There on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins again. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. From his linebacker's spot, Vontaze Burfict with a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Cousins now from the 50. Dancing to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off. Actually,
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 38. Following the interception, Cousins. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete here. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Now the pass to Grant, and he's got it. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. They'll run on 1st down. Richard. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. On 1st down, Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Carr. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Throwing now is Carr. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got to... And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins, flush to his right. Now he'll let it go. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And I think the ball's out.
Let's go. Result of the play.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins, as the first half is winding down, and the Vikings have taken the lead. Well, they got the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final 12 seconds of the half now, as they've got it 1st and 10.
Bullet time.
Get down. Check your mind. 7:34. Go Chief. Express.
Here's Carr. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Xavier Rhodes on the cover.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. The final shot here before half for Carr. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well, as we are back and underway for the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Cousins now. Forced out to his left. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong. Direction there. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and 13 at the 18-yard line.
The high! Ready! Flex!
To throw again on second down. Cousins had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
So much of his game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
We got 3. Hey, wahoo!
We're going.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And a throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 43-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Now Carr. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
On 3rd down, Richard, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start the drive with Cook, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vontaze Burfict able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Here's Cousins. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, you got 3,
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Vincent Mayowa able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Raiders on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here now Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's fielded at the 34. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. First down, here's the run with Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Hey, can't. Bravo.
Play fake. Cousins. And incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Vikings on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing is Cousins. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team is playing.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Will Redmond. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Trying to improvise. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Let's go, hey. Well, Mike 34. Mike 34. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make this.
Throwing his Carr on third down. He's airing it out for Williams. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Shotgun now for Carr. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Wilson. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Vontez Burfict in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. To try again after the sack. Cousins, and complete right side to Cook. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Vontez Burfict. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack on 1st down, Cousins, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Cousins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
On 1st down, Jacobs. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw, it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing, Cousins. Leaping, and he makes the grab. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Cousins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets it down to the 48. Enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground. Far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips. They're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. And we've got them now.
2 yards, good enough for a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home.